Alright, so I just want to show you Comm real quick. So I just made up a little random example to show you guys what's going down, but this is Comm. It's a util for to replace remote events and remote functions. It's really awesome stuff. And so yeah, here's the documentation. I'll have a link for that in the comments, and then I'll also have a link to the model where you can just like get the Comm folder that I have right here for you. Alright, but let's run through it, okay? So Comm is used for remote events and remote functions. Alright, so first things first, you're going to get require the Comm module, okay? And then you're going to create a variable which is server comm. I actually don't think I need this in my init. Let's just get it right there. Alright. And organize these variables. I like to put my requires. Alright, cool. Alright, I was about to rearrange my variables, but that's wasting time. So, anyways, you're going to create a server comm variable, okay? Right, like this. And so you just go to your comm.servercomm.new, and then you're passing in two arguments, okay? The first argument is going to be where the comm is located. So it's going to be the parent of your comm, your server comm that you're creating. Then you're going to give it a name so that you can access it later on. And now, yeah, so I have an init function here that I made, and basically I'm making a remote event, which is server comm create signal. So I have, and then I have given it a name. That's the only argument you need for this when creating remote events, is you just give it a name. I have given it a name. It's called send to player. All right, boom, send to player here. I've also made it a variable at the top, which I didn't really need to do, but whatever, doesn't matter. So here, then I go send to player. I go fire. So yeah, and it's not fire server or fire client. It's just fire, and you can do this from the client to the server or from the server to the client. Right now we're doing it from the server, so we're just firing it, passing in the player, letting it know where we're sending that mug off to. And then what we're doing is I'm just sending it like the player variable. And so yeah, that is an example of how to start your, create a remote event. All right. Now from the local script, you obviously require comm, and then you create a client comm, okay, and then you go to comm.clientcomm.new. You pass in this time 3 arguments, okay. One is the parent. Where did you store your server comm that you made, okay, because we're going off the same comm. So we put it in game.replicated storage. That was the parent that we said. This time, the second argument is for if you're using promises or not. We are not using promises, so we just set it to false. And then what we're going to do is we give it the name that we gave it, which is our comm. Alright, so that's the name. Boom. Now we are just getting our signal, okay, and I just called it signal, which is like really kind of bad practice. So let me just fix that, send the player. So now it's better, send the player. And so now it matches because we have it send the player over here. So, and what we could do is we could actually just say send the player comm or send the player signal, and that would make a lot more sense. You know what I mean? But we're just gonna keep it basic for the video. It's just if you want to be super clear for what you're doing, then you would add in like comm or signal to let your ass know what that's doing. So, yeah, and then we are just saying send to signal connect because it's like it's like a remote event. We just don't need the on server event or on client event. It's just send a player connect, boom. And yeah, so just to show you that it works, I'll let you know what I'm doing. So in this init function, and I have a game.players.player added function. What I'm doing here is in this added player function, I am just creating a screen. Basically, I'm creating a button, and I'm just giving it to the player that joins the game. And then in 5 seconds, I'm sending the signal. I'm firing the signal to the player afterwards. Now, once on that signal, I'm connecting the onSignal function, which is going to basically change the text and give us a print statement, but it's going to change the text of our button to just signal. I don't know, just super random, just to show you it's working. And then also, actually, what I'm going to do. Size equals 2 from 0.3.3. Alright, because now you'll see because it was super small before. So, basically, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And so you're gonna see that real quick in real time. Let's play. And boom, there's our little button or whatever. Yeah, it's right here. Boom, 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 boom. Little button. So yeah, you can see it's working. I have no remote events or anything created. I have no scripts that are creating remote events or anything like that. This is purely using Comm. Now, here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, check this out. Now let's go over remote functions. All right, we just went over remote events. Now let's go over remote functions. Okay, to create a remote function, you're going to use this method, server comm bind function. First argument is going to be the name of the remote function. Second argument is going to be the actual function that you're passing through. I like to use these locals, so I use the local. Basically, all I'm doing is I'm saying return 5 if my username is my username, or I'm saying return 0. And I'm doing it right in this little on signal as well. So it's going to happen as our first remote event pops off. So you can see that. And then you'll see I'm printing them so you can see it returned 5 in the log. Alright, it's not letting go. Oh, there it goes. So yeah, as you can see, signal was sent, and then also we got 5, which was our remote function. And so what I did here is I'm using the method client comm get function, and then just typing the name, which is check user. As you can see, I have bind function, I have the check user, the name right here. So yeah, that is how you use comm for remote events and remote functions. Pretty legit stuff. And here's the documentation that I will link in the comments for y'all, so y'all can see that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll also link this folder for you guys so you guys can just get the folder real quick as well. So yeah, peace.